This is Tune vs. Spear. I'm W. Spear Tinsworth, reviewing one new record and one old record. Today's new record I'm reviewing is called Geese Getting Killed. Geese Getting Killed has got a bunch of cool kind of sound songs on it. The first song is called Trinidad, and that's a crazy kind of song talking about having bombs in your car. The main song on this record is called All Plays Do Cocaine. That's a French title, song about cocaine. They got a cool music video there, nicely shot, it's all nicely lit, it's all dark and spooky. It's kind of cool, clever trick. He's singing and said to a sad little baby, and I think that's kind of cool. He's singing to this little baby, not to some girl. It's different and unexpected, that's different. Then I got a little confused later on. He's singing along to that baby and everything seemed fine, and he's all sad a little bit, but he's singing to the baby, but then he just walk away from that baby and go crawl inside the baby crib. I'm not sure why he did that. You got a baby, he's in a high chair, or maybe he's not even, that baby's not safe, he's not even on the high chair. He might fall out and bunk his head. What's gonna happen then? Cause you just let that baby drop down on the floor. He's just lost and went into a crib and forgot what's happening. A little bit confused, but it sounded like a good song anyway. Next song that's sent out to me and everybody else is a song called Taxes. That's a pretty cool song. Everybody don't want to pay their taxes, and that's pretty cool. I think, paying taxes is kind of hard to do. I realize sometimes it's kind of hard to pay your taxes, especially when you don't even like what them taxes going to. There's a whole bunch of other songs that says something about horses. I think it's got to sound pretty cool. Everybody's saying he sounds just like the early Bob Dylan. Everybody's saying he sounds just like the early Bob Dylan, like the best Bob Dylan, like the one that made us solid gold. And speaking of solid gold, if you look at the inside of the album artwork here, you can see that he put here, I got a bomb in my car, but it's something like platinum gold. You see, it's kind of shiny platinum gold. I don't know what kind of happens when it blowed up, but maybe everybody looks really pretty at his concert, but or maybe, I'm not sure what happened when this glitter bomb goes off. It's a platinum bomb. And that made me kind of think about the rest of the album artwork, and it made me kind of confused. Like, I'm not quite sure why they got, he's got a lot of guns in there. He like a handgun. He's kind of lurking in the shadows, and he's got some cool stuff going on. He's mad. He might shoot somebody in the band. He's just kind of mad, and he's pointing that gun all around. He like guns, and he pointed the gun right at the moon. And I'm sure, kind of sure what the moon did to him, but everybody's got a story why they're upset at the moon, or they're upset at somebody or something in their life. This guy don't like the goddamn moon. Another one on there is pretty good. It's a song called Cobra. It's kind of got a good cha-cha beat going on. Another one I talk about, I was saying it's called Husbands, and that's a pretty good one too. Like I say, everybody talking about this record. This band doing pretty good. They got a lot of attention right now. They're doing some special promotions for their music and getting on the SNLs and just pulling all those strings and making the magic happen. And this is some pretty good stuff right here. I think it's a really good sounding record, but then I noticed that all the songs kind of sound a little the same. Voices are kind of medium. Kind of not too high, kind of not too low. And after about a couple of songs, I started saying, which song am I at? It sounds kind of like the song before. And then I hear him doing some covers on the internet. Wait a minute, what? I'm not sure. I feel a little bit kind of confusing me right there. I've been listening to this record, trying to figure out exactly how many spears I'm going to give this thing. So I'm not quite sure, because some of these things are kind of throwing me here. I think to get a little bit of help on this, I'm going to call my friend who's an expert on everything. His name is Professor Clay Wilson. Professor Clay Wilson is an expert in culture and music. I'm going to ask him about this record. He has a lot of experience thinking about things and intellectualizing on things. Look at here. Here's his business card when he was younger. That's a pretty great looking guy right there. And now he's older. It's been a long time, and here he is now. I'm just going to ask him what he thinks about all this. I wanted to ask you about this band called Geese.
Geese.
You heard this band called Geese?
Geese.
So, yeah, okay, I was listening to this record, and I was thinking, I really like that cocaine song, and I think, this is a good record. I'm really liking this record. But then I was quite confused about which song it was, and I wanted to know what I was
What
like.
don't you understand about Geese?
I was listening along, and I thought it sounded really great. And then I listened, and I realized sometimes something kind of flat about the voice, and is that a good thing, or is that a bad thing?
He's got that ability to flatten things out. It's pressing, and it's just flattening things out. It's employing monotony, which is excellent. Yes.
So you're trying to say this is a good thing, being flat?
Well, texture breeds contentment and interest. You want flatness to it's a flattening of the spirit through a flattening of by flattening of the influences, yes.
How do you feel about this song called Taxes? I listen to this song and I'm thinking, I understand now, tax, you don't like paying taxes. It's kind of hard to pay taxes sometimes.
Oh, it's very hard to pay taxes. And that is another reason I think we should inspire everyone to follow his message and just give up. Yes, give up. It will be fine. Yes, the whole thing about paying your taxes, it turns out that isn't true. No, so that's not a worry either. He's worrying too much. You don't need to pay your taxes or do anything. The best thing for each person to do now is set aside some space for a little crib and just crawl into it and give up.
From time to time?
From time to time, especially tax season though, yes.
Okay, so you like taxes. Now another question I got is, you notice that they're acting all aggressive and, like he's ready to punch people and he's got guns and stuff. I wonder what you think about that and, if maybe these guys need to do something to maybe take some self-defense classes or maybe go to the gym or something to make sure in case someone gets mad at them. It doesn't really quite look like they're ready for a big fight, but look like he's trying to start a big fight.
No, you don't need to. When you've got that kind of power behind you, the power of doing everything exactly right all the time and being perfect, the gym is not necessary. And he might just be everyone's savior. He's an angel of death in a ways, I think.
Well, that's the name of one of my favorite songs, so that's a good thing. But I appreciate you coming and spending your time with us today, and we'll see you. I hope we see you again sometime soon.
Anytime. You could be your cultural advisor on any of these topics, yes. I have a keen eye on the world now, and I like where things are going.
Thank you, Professor. Thank you very much. Well, after talking to him, I'm not quite sure what to make of it. He made me feel a little bit uneasy, kind of like he liked it too much. I'm not sure. I was ready to give this thing about 5 spare, but I think I'm going to back off a little bit because I'm even more confused than before. I'm going to give this thing 2 out of 5 spears. Now I'm going to draw a perfect picture of Cameron Winter, lead singer of Geese. There we go. Let's draw the head there. Get a nose in here, real. Put some eyes in here. This is kind of a little bit sad eyes, and a little bit serious, intense eyes. That's good. Get the peepers in. There we go. Perfect. Now let's get ourselves some eyebrows. He's got some pretty good eyebrows here. And, to get the lips on. And, it's kind of nice lips there. Oh, yeah. You're going to need a little more chin. I think a little more chin. Let's get that in there. You're going to need room to add some color for them lips. And the chin. He's kind of got a good chin. Get a little whiskers going and get some eyes and get some shadow. He's got some shady, shadowy eyes. He's got kind of dark shadow, and then some highlights here on the cheeks. Yep, forehead. Get ready and get the nose. Got a pretty good nose there. Then you get the cheeks all filled in it. You get some shape. Do that face there, some contour, and a little chin. You got that special crease. Here come that hair now. Yep, it just get it in. He's got a nice mop top going. Get that hair in now. It's not too long, but it's getting there. He's starting to grow a little bit of hair. He decided he might do it. He's not sure. Let's get it in. Yeah, just filling it in. Filling it in. Heck yeah. Move it in. It's not that combed. You might not comb it every day. And then that behind. See about how long this kind of shoulder length, but almost not quite. Kind of. He might be growing it out. He's running around on tour. Pretty good tour there. Yeah, get some shape there. Yeah, you can see that mop top. See, kind of modern mop top. He kind of trying to be a little New York 60s. And then get some highlights in. And more highlights in. And you can see that. Looking, yeah. Hey, yeah. Almost there now. You get the neck in there. A little fill it in and get a little shadow on there too. And little highlights. Alright. Fuck yeah, there's a perfect picture of Cameron Winter right there. For today's old record, I'm reviewing A Flock of Seagulls. Flock of Seagulls self-titled record is a great record from 1982. This thing came out as part of the second British invasion. These guys are from Liverpool, England, and they just came in here into the new wave era, just taking over the MTVs like never before. This record's got their super duper big hit called I Ran, followed by Space Age Love Song come right after it. These guys really made their mark as a new wave band with other bands that were new wave bands of being all artistic and doing crazy different visual things. And in this case, these guys have got a crazy new kind of haircut that no one ever seen before or no one ever seen since. Lead singer Mike Score, he just moved his hair up and he moved it down. He'd cover one eye. He make a different kind of look, and it's kind of Dada is Calgary, Dr. Caligari's calamari. He's got different kind of hair than you ever see. This band is more than just about the hairdos, though. They got cool synthesizers and they got really good guitar solos. They kind of got a good spacey sound, as good as like Cockatoo Twins or some kind of crazy thing like that. It's got Susie Banshee's guitars. It's a part of the scene. They do a lot of science fiction themes. It's love songs and science fiction. You got songs like You Can't Run, and you got songs like Telecommunication. You can tell that's about modern science stuff. There's even a song here called DNA. That's an instrumental that even won a Grammy in 1983. These guys weren't no messing around. These guys are making waves and taking pictures. And if you thought this was just some kind of trap band just about hairdos and looks and not even good music or ideas, listen to the last song. I dare you to listen to this last song and say it ain't a good band. This last song on the record is called Man-Made, and it's about stuff like robots, and it's pertinent to today when we got humanoid robots coming in the next year or two, and we got AI everywhere just doing all the thinking and creating, and it's all about the difference between humans and people and what's going to happen. We don't know what's going to happen. It looked like the second British invasion is still going, because if you look here, if you look on the Spotify, you can see the Flock of Seagulls, they got 4 million monthly listeners. Now take a look over here at the Geese. They got 1.7 million monthly listeners. That's not as many as 4 million. So you can see they got a lot of catching up to do if they want to get their group of birds to be as good as the group of the Flock of Seagulls birds. I think this record really holds up for today, just like it did in 1982. So I'm giving this record 5 out of 5 spears. And now you guessed it, now's the time for me to draw a perfect picture of Mike Score, the lead singer of Flock of Seagulls. Here come the head. Alright, let's get a nice strong chin there. Put in the ear there and some space for the eyes. Alright, let's get a nice nose in here. Okay, let's get these eyes. Look at cool, serious eyes. Alright, and in the whites here. And the crispy blue eyes. Let's get them in there. Okay. Alright, let's get that. Highlights on the cheeks and the nose and the head. Let's get this ready for the kick-ass hairdo. Look at the eyebrows coming in here. He's got thin lips. He's kind of got them thin lips. He's not too serious, the big lip. Yeah. They look like Billy Corgan. Lips. You know, see a little more color in there. He's got some passionate colors in her lips. A little more. There we go. Yeah, ready. Okay, let's just get a little outlines here. Nice. Alright, we're going to draw up the side there. Yeah, hair coming in the hair. Oh, you see that? It's almost like horns coming up there. That spiking up on one side and it's coming on the front. And spike up on the other side. Oh, yeah. It looks like cat ears. Get a cat. Batman style. There we go. Come on. Let's get that. And behind, he's got a little bit of a flip. A little bit of the Mrs. Brady. There we go. And the highlights. And the higher highlights in there. All right. Let's see how high let's see this hair. Let's gotta make sure it gets high enough now. I'm blonde enough. Because I'm super blonde. He's a real blonde. Look at that coming down there. Oh, yeah, that's nice. You spike it up there. You need to spike it up, man. That's right. Get it higher. Let's get it come a little higher. Heck yeah. Okay. Now let's fill out here now. Let's get some highlights, some brighter highlights. Yeah, these are shining. Very shiny. Nice. Okay, here we are getting there. The mic scored looking good now. Let's just get another couple outlines there. Need some more shadows and definitions around here. Let me get the neck in here. Come on, we're almost done now. And let's get them shadows in. Yeah, that's, oh yeah. Okay. Let me fix that ear. That's it. That's perfect. That's a perfect clock to see goes, Mike score. That's all the time we got for today. Thank you for watching Tune vs. Spear, and remember, save the records.